Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Night Spectrum here. So you might remember that a few weeks ago I made a video about a tier 3 selector guide, and at that time we didn't even know that Iron Man was gonna be getting any sort of reworks or uniforms. So as you see, I placed Iron Man at the 13th place because his Infinity War uniform just didn't do anything for him to be higher on the list. He was among the worst actually. And now fast forward 3 weeks in the game, now Iron Man has a new look and it's absolutely OP, bonkers OP, right? So now we have to refactor this in the fact that like Tony is now, he's not meta, but he's definitely up there with the big dogs. So I'm not going to be redoing this whole list. I'm just going to modify the top 5 spots to include our boy Tony Stank. Yeah, we are going to be including our boy in this list, and yeah, I'll make the list appear on the screen, but for me he will be just in between Venom and Thor. He's better than Thor, but I think he loses a bit to Venom in terms of value, because Iron Man is definitely better than Venom for wall boss content and wall boss legend, but like, yeah, he's better because of this uniform passive, like this 200% increased damage to enemies who gets their HP lowered to 30%. This is why Iron Man is better than Venom and Thor even for wall boss, because when this applies, Tony starts doing insane damage, right? The bars just start flying out of nowhere. And even in DRX, Tony is not bad at all, especially when you lower the boss's HP to 30%. The same can be said for Venom, because yeah, Venom doesn't have his passive, but Venom, on the other hand, is more flexible. Venom is especially very good for ABX. He has more ABX value than Tony Stark, because you can use him on all days and he will perform like exceptionally well for you. Yeah, and also his damage doesn't take a hit in game modes like squad battle or ABX, where Tony's damage starts to faint, because you cannot inflict damage to the boss in squad battle nor in ABX. They just have a HP. Their HP bar just fluctuate, but they do not actually lose HP. So that's where Tony loses a bit of value compared to Venom for me. So I'll place him just between Venom and Thor, and he's above Thor because he's got more ABX value than Thor and more wall boss value than Thor, because Tony is the best for blast villain ABX if you do not have any of the following two blast villains, which are Moonstone and Magneto, which are two really expensive characters. So if you do not have any of these two, Tony is instantly the best option and the best free-to-play option for you as a blast villain. So that's why I'll put him just in between Venom and Thor. He loses just a bit in terms of overall value to Venom. For me personally, I have played with all three at a high level on a multiple friends accounts. That's why I can tell you this, but you can for you he might be higher on the list depending on whether you want to invest in ABX or in game modes like that, where Venom shines brighter than Tony Stark. And also I'll be adding a second, like 2 other lists for the top 5 for different CTPs and obelisks. So for the CTP of energy and obelisk list, it will be pretty much the same. So for the obelisk list, for me the first will be obviously Sharon Rogers, an absolute beast with a CTP of energy or an obelisk. And the second on the list will be our boy Venom, as I say, debatable with Tony Stark depending on what you prioritize in the game. And then third, I'll place our boy Tony Stark, who made a dramatic comeback in this list, absolutely bonkers. He's here. And then fourth on the list with obelisks, obelisk or like energy, he doesn't really like, it's not the best option for him, but 4 definitely can work with a CTP of energy or an obelisk. Like this, you can test it out yourself with an obelisk, but he can actually work with it. It's a bit quirky, you might lose some procs here and there, but he can definitely do this. And then another character which is not bad at all with an energy or an obelisk is Black Bolt. A lot of people don't talk about Black Bolt, but he's actually very decent, usable, and borderline very good even with a CTP of energy or an obelisk. The only thing that maybe fluctuate his value a bit is because his 3 has a lot of lingering damage, so sometimes it triggers the proc early, the proc which you're supposed to proc on his 4th skill, Royal Scream, which has a continuous attacking pattern, so that's why. And then for the CTP of Rage list, we all know who is first. If you have a CTP of Rage, this man right here, Firehead, Hothead, call him whatever you like, the best, no doubt the best with a CTP of Rage on this list, way above all the others. And then in second place for me again it'll be Venom, but you can just swap him with Stark depending on what you are searching for in the game. And then third place I'll give it to our boy Tony. And then fourth place I'll give it to our boy Thor. Where is he? He's right here. And then fifth place, it'll be debatable for you for the fifth place, because you know even Sharon Rogers can work with a CTP of Rage. Like a lot of people who use her for like ABX, they do use her with a CTP of Rage, and yes, it does work on her. Either Sharon Rogers or Black Bolt. This will be like the fifth spot for the CTP of Rage. So yeah, and yeah, also a few tips for a tier 3 selector. If you're choosing a character, make sure that you're getting the absolute best value out of them. Because for me, I'll be choosing Venom because I need him for ABX, and also because for me he is my least build character on this list. He's still level 60. Initially, I was gonna select Tony Stark because I recently got his uniform and I really like his playstyle, but I'd rather do Tony manually, naturally, like with a natural tier 3 method, because he's already at level 66 for me and he already has a bit of a build. Contrarily to Venom, who I didn't invest anything at all. Like you can see his gears are pitiful, his skills are not maxed out, his ISOs are not done, it's not even the right set. I'll have to change him completely, so I'll be getting more value by getting Venom from the selector and then getting our boy Tony manually. So I'll be doing that in an upcoming video. I'll be getting 2 tier 3s back to back with Iron Man and Venom. Yeah, so that's my take on the tier 3 selector, my final list of tips and advices to you guys. And also, the tier 3 selector will be received at reset today. So at reset, after this video is uploaded, the upcoming reset. And a lot of people have been asking me in the comments I've seen, will we be getting 2 tier 3 selectors? The answer is no, obviously not. We'll be getting only 1, and that tier 3 selector will be the first reward of an upcoming 7 days check-in event. But we won't be getting 2 tier 3 selectors, we'll be getting only 1. So make sure you make the most out of it. Make sure you're using it on the character that you actually need, and based on what you already have, like what custom gears you're going to be giving to that specific character. And make sure that the character you're giving it to isn't already built. Okay, so if you're like me, if you have a semi-built character, you'd rather give it to somebody who you haven't built at all. Right, so yeah, these are my final few tips for you guys. I hope that this helps you into better choosing your tier 3. And yeah, enjoy your tier 3 selector. Make sure to select the character that you actually want. yeah, this is a game, like, make sure you're enjoying it. If you like Ghost Rider, then go for Ghost Rider. If you like Thor, then go for Thor. This game is about enjoyment first, then chasing meta second. So yeah, make sure that you're doing just that. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And yeah, this is it for me for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and take care.